begin.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it would help if I went over to the watch page so I could actually see the comments. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do.
I might exit the call and I might re-enter back in.
Totally cool. Totally cool.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, it would help if I went over to the... Let me mute that. So, we currently don't have an audience, but then again, that's because we just started, so... Hopefully, you know, we'll have some people join us in this nice morning post-fucking election stream. Oh, man, last night...
I don't feel sorry for you guys. I don't feel sorry for you guys.
Last night was so much fucking fun. Oh, shit. And the best part is that I honestly have been sitting back and I've been watching all of the snowflakes flip out over this, and it's so goddamn funny. I love the shit out of it.
Oh, me too.
So I should ask before what the hell, let me kick over to the proper stream logo. So I guess I should ask you two, because I don't know how the U.S. fucking elections were viewed over there. I mean, were you guys like focused on it the way that
most people were laughing at America because you have such terrible candidates.
Oh, dude, I know.
To choose from.
We had fucking shit for candidates.
I know. A lot of us were going like, how the hell have you ended up in this situation? I mean, it's worse than ours. But
see, and
at the same time...
I actually was in a stream last night. It actually was Jim's stream. It was Mr. fucking Mediker's stream.
Mm-hmm.
And through the mountains of shit posting in the chat, it basically was decided that last night essentially was Brexit 2.0.
I'd agree with that.
And it essentially was our turn to fuck up real bad.
Yep.
Well, you see though, and I totally know that the people who are listening to this are probably gonna get kind of pissed when I say this, but Trump honestly was the best of a bad situation. He really was. Out of all the, you know, major candidates, in other words, between him, Clinton, and what the hell, I guess I can be generous and throw in Stein and Johnson. Trump was the lesser of all of those fucking evils. So
the best candidate was Vermin Supreme.
Well, the best candidate was Vermin fucking Supreme. It's just that he didn't make it on a whole lot of ballots. So
that is a problem.
I would have to say, out of the two candidates, the two main ones you had, like, personally, from my perspective, it would have been Hillary. But at the same time, you've got Trump. So you've got a lot of uncertainty there, which might end up bankrupting the whole world economy.
It could. It totally could.
As an upside, if it does happen, we get a world reset on the economy.
If I were an American, I would have definitely voted for Trump.
See, and I honestly was sort of looking at it from... Well, I was sort of looking at it from a whole lot of viewpoints. It's like, I kept fucking... Okay, because... As more and more news was coming out involving, you know, Hillary, and I'm not even talking about her fucking, you know, emails. I'm talking about, I'm not sure if you guys heard about this. Are you guys familiar with something out there which was called Project fucking Veritas?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, where it was essentially some guy was like finding all these groups who were being paid by the DNC and being paid by the Clinton campaign to essentially fucking rustle up fucking jimmies at Trump fucking rallies, who were there specifically to try to pick fights with, you know, Trump's people. You know, and it was just absolute shit. And I saw that, and I saw that, and I kept on looking at Clinton's other policies. I kept on looking at the no-fly zone over fucking Syria and all this other shit. And I'm like, I do not want this fucking maniac running the fucking country. I don't trust her. I trust her, honestly. I trust Hillary as far, honestly, as I could fucking throw her. That's why I had to vote for, you know, Trump.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that I do agree with Trump, but I think the two big reasons I would probably have gone with Trump is looking at it from maybe a British perspective. it's a case of like, well, there's obviously a lot of shit going down in Syria, and like Hillary wants to impose a no-fly zone, which would therefore lead to America going to war with Syria and Russia, and I'm fairly certain a lot of Brits would therefore also get caught up in this, and we also would have to go to war with Syria and Russia.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially
and
since no offense, dude, to you, but Britain, at least in the past like couple of decades, they honestly almost seem to act like the US's bitch when it comes to wars. Like we happen like I mean it basically is that the US is Ike fucking Turner and you guys are fucking Tina. We slap you and say get over there. And unfortunately you do.
well, the joke was George W. Bush would say jump, and Tony Blair would say how high.
Yeah, that honestly is pretty accurate.
But
Tony
another
Blair was
reason,
fucking awful. Oh shit.
but another reason as well is that like obviously for us we're gonna have to renegotiate like deals for after we leave the European Union, and Trump actually really likes the UK having because his mother was born in Scotland, so. Whereas Hillary probably would take that same stance of the UK is at the back of the queue. So that's a plus for the UK.
Yeah, is that I mean, at least you guys are not gonna have a whole lot of issue going and getting new trade deals with us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that much there's sort of a positive on both ends. I mean, because the UK really doesn't, do a whole lot of like. Well, actually, no way. Correction. Now the UK does really do quite a fucking bit of trade with us. So I mean, hey, that sort of benefits all fucking sides. And the fact that Trump is not going to, and the fact that Trump doesn't have a war fucking boner, at least that's going to save a lot of lives on both ends. I personally see it as a positive, for everybody here. So
Yeah. Not only that, but also don't forget that Lena Dunham and what is it? Who else? Whoopi Goldberg and Miley Cyrus
Samuel L.
are
fucking
going to be
Jackson, all these other guys, they all
Jon
said that,
Stewart.
they all
Yeah.
said they wanted to move to fucking Canada. And you know what? As much honestly as it sucks to see like Stewart and Jackson go, if Lena if Lena fucking Dunham wants to flee to Canada, I will happily set up the catapult and we will launch her ass to Ottawa that fucking way. I will happily.
You know what would make it even worse? Send her to Canada, but send her to Quebec.
Oh shit. Yeah, that honestly I think would be a better option. Don't send her ass to Ottawa, send her to fucking Montreal.
Yeah. That'd be perfect. Oh.
So I'm not sure if Kari's back on. Her Skype kind of crashed on her.
Yeah. Obviously. But another good thing
oh
is
my
just
god, dude. Okay, so I am right now looking at the chat, and Rhett, I think, has come up with one of the best zingers today, and is the only difference between Hillary and Trump is one has a penis, the other has terrible hair. So... oh, that is fucking nice.
Oh.
But yeah, my god, man, like last night was just the one thing which kind of sucks is that is simply the fact that as I was following it, I was following multiple fucking sources, and at certain points everybody was fucking different. I think it was like Fox News, Google, and like three other sources had all called Florida for Trump. MSNBC and CNN still hadn't. Wisconsin, I think, was called for Trump by a couple of sources. I believe actually the fucking Guardian had called Wisconsin for Trump like hours before anyone else did. Saddest part is, do you want to know the first news source who actually called the presidency for Trump?
Infowars or Breitbart or
No. See, and once more, I was listening to the I was listening to the I was listening to the Meadowcast last night, and everybody was talking about this. ABC in Australia was the
well done.
first to call it. And the only reason that any of us could think of is that CNN, MSNBC, all of them were just petrified of the very thought of calling it for Trump. So even though, say, like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Utah were all pretty much like locked in for Trump at that point, it took, oh my god, man, because let's see, by the fucking time what in the hell was the name of Clinton's campaign manager? Podesta. By the time by the fucking time he went out and he did their non-fucking concession speech, where he said we are not going to make a statement until all the votes are counted. By the time he said that, MSNBC still had not called Utah, even though every other motherfucker in the country had already called it. So.
I remember a similar thing where, like, I went on to where it's like I wake up, I turn on the television, and it's like, okay, well, the BBC is saying that, like, oh, we have to count all of the votes in, Pennsylvania, and Trump still had like 245 delegates, and then I, switch over to Good Morning Britain, and they've said like Trump has won Pennsylvania, and he has, 120 delegates or.
Yeah. It was 20.
Yeah, 20 delegates.
It was 20. Well, okay, so the way that it works over here, and this system I have always thought is so fucking stupid, is that every candidate has so many, I guess, honestly, we can pretty much call them, delegates. And essentially, if you win the state, you get however many electoral votes come with that state, and that is all based on population. So that basically means that if you win fucking like Florida, you basically get a shitload more than you would get if you won, say, Hawaii.
Yeah.
So that honestly is why nobody ever cares about, let's see, like Hawaii. Or let's see, like Hawaii,
Alaska.
I mean, because let me think here. Alaska, I think only has like 3 votes. They have 3 They have 3 fucking electoral votes. There's pretty much nothing, there. However, though, you then look at stuff like Pennsylvania, which has fucking 20, or Michigan with 16, Wisconsin with 10. Like Florida, I think had like. I think theirs is like 25. California's 55. Like all of those are the ones that add up.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, though, is just that everyone was focused on the Midwest more than anything else, because it's basically common knowledge that the deepest South, minus fucking Florida, are always guaranteed to go fucking red. They almost never go blue. Florida is usually the wild card. You can never tell how Florida's going to go. And then New England and the West Coast are almost always guaranteed to go fucking blue. So you're focused on the mid. West. It's probably the only time that people actually are going to look at, say, like Michigan, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, and actually care about any of us. So, correction. I mean, that is not counting football if, like, the Packers or the Bears or something, or, in goddamn the Bears in the fucking playoffs. That honestly, there's a fucking joke. Anyway.
I actually checked 8chan, and there was actually a post which got so many like dubs, which said that like if the Cubs win, if they win this like World League or whatever, then Trump will win the election.
Yeah, this year has been really strange because we had the Cubs win the World Series for the first time, and I think they said like 100 and something years. We have Trump fucking winning the presidency. However, though, that was because he was the best. He was sort of the best in a bad situation as far as that goes. So yeah, like this year's just been a weird one. So.
And then we also had Brexit and the death of Gawker. And you know what the best thing about it all? It took place in the current year.
Yes. 2016 is the year when just bizarre shit happened. We lost tons and tons of really well-known... we lost a ton of well-known stars, and our presidency is kind of fucked up, and Gawker is thankfully dead. So, awesome.
Yep, that's good.
So, I kind of have a story, because I pissed off somebody today, and they blocked me on Facebook, and oh god, that felt so fucking good. So this person is more of a friend of a friend, so I don't really give a shit that they fucking blocked me. But they posted this image, and it was one of those retarded images from, oh god, what in the hell is that one shitty group? Occupy fucking Democrats, which is essentially like a snowflake Facebook page where they post a bunch of fucking regressive lefty shit. And it was this image, and it had a picture of Trump's wife, doing some modeling work and shit. And the caption was, "Did Kari just crash again?"
No, I am still
Oh, okay,
here.
yeah, it was Stu who crashed this time. Wow, you guys are really having a hard time on Skype today, ain't you? So
I'm sorry, Skype's become notorious for crashing lately.
So, the image with Trump's wife, it said, "You will happily," it was something, I believe it was something like, "You will happily," it was like, "You will happily accept her as the first lady." And then next to her is a shot of Michelle Obama, and it said, but you didn't fucking accept her." And I left a comment going, what the hell are you talking about? I never heard anyone question that she was the first lady. The retards were going after Obama's birth. They were going after his birth certificate, not his fucking wedding fucking license. And I then continued on with, I would love to hear your explanation about all this. A vote for Trump is a vote for racism, bigotry, and all these other pointless isms and phobias and shit that you can name. And the person then told me that I said that I
Have you not watched some of his debates?
Have I not what?
Have you not watched some of his debates where he's literally come off saying that I am going to get rid of all these specific people of different races or religions?
What I heard was he was going to get rid of, I heard he was going to try to crack fucking down on Muslims, except that honestly is never going to fucking happen. That there's obviously a pipe fucking dream. And he was talking about building the wall, which was supposed to keep illegal immigrants out, not just fucking Mexicans or fucking Latinos. It was to keep out illegal immigrants. But Trump was trying. It essentially was Trump's way of saying that he is going to buckle down on illegal immigration. I'm for that.
But the stupid wall though idea, because obviously having an anti illegal immigration laws, that's fine, that's perfectly normal. But his whole solution with building this wall was that it wasn't going to be paid for by American dollars. It was going to be that Mexico had to build it.
Yeah, that right
because he said so.
Yes, that honestly to me was just fucking funny. Shit about Mexico is going to pay for it.
He has no concept. He has no concept. He is against women.
Okay,
it's very sexist.
How exactly is he against women? I haven't heard any justification for that one either.
Right, he has a track record of basically objectifying women.
Most
throughout the
fucking
years.
Men do. Unfortunately, that's what exactly makes Trump different.
I'm not good. It is disgusting, and I know that a lot of guys do have those faults, but not to the extent that he does. And I think I didn't actually do any research into this, so I'm not too sure if it's true. So maybe you could shed some light on this. But apparently he covered up the fact that he raped a preteen.
No.
And
okay, so what happened with that? So what happened with that was there was a woman who claimed that Trump had raped her, and she quickly dropped the charges when her story didn't hold up to questioning. when under fucking scrutiny, it failed. So she couldn't really keep herself afloat with that, so she had to drop all of the charges. So anyway,
Okay.
so back on.
Just so you know, I didn't.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't hear that story online. I actually heard that story from one of the newspapers here because it was one of their headlines that they ran. So
Totally cool. So
that is a British newspaper that ran that.
I certainly hope then it was a reputable newspaper and it wasn't like The Sun.
No, it was the Telegraph, but to be honest, the Telegraph was just as bad as
kind
the
of
Sun.
shit too.
Yeah.
So anyway,
occasionally they do get things right though, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, you know, a broken fucking clock is right, you know, twice a day. So, anyway. So I had asked this person to back up all of these claims. Now, you actually at least tried, and, you know, you were presenting points. What she said was that I obviously have not listened to a single thing Trump has ever said, and that I should, and that I should be better fucking educated, and that and this is her direct quote, I should not believe the lies from the mainstream media. And I just thought for a minute, it's like, but wait. All these claims of sexism and racism and, you know, homophobia, transphobia, blah, 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 are all from the mainstream media.
Yeah.
And I didn't bother to mention that.
But the thing...
Instead, I followed up by asking her to show me sources. And they had better, and the sources had better fucking be better than he said this or he said that, because words are harmless. Then, within like 2 minutes, I was blocked. The part of this that makes it even sadder is that this fucking woman is pregnant. She's, I think, on her like 24th week, I think she said. You know, so she's like 6 months on. She honestly can't even hold up to a simple, you know, debate on Facebook. How the fuck is she going to take care of a kid when that kid honestly is old enough to talk fucking back and shit? She can't. She honestly can't just block her fucking daughter. No. Yeah. So I feel kind of sorry for that kid because that kid's got to put up with her for a mother. That just sounds, wow. Anyway, that is just me just going off on all the fun times I've had in the past like couple hours. Yay. Anyway, why don't we take a look at the chat? Oh yes, one other thing happened this year. Vine got shut down, and nothing of value was lost.
Enough said.
It was interesting at a time, but yeah, there were some funny things that did come out with the Vines. Some funny clips, but other than that, though, it kind of lost its steam after a while.
See, and me, I never actually went on to Vine. Instead, I actually was tempted to do a series of... I was tempted to do, like, videos where I sort of challenge myself with some of those, you know, like, try not to laugh or smile Vine fucking compilations. I watched, like, 3 of them before filming it because I just wanted to see if there was any hope of me smiling. I smiled once. There was one Vine out of the, like, 70 or so across these 3 videos. There was one that was actually kind of funny. It was this guy who was holding on to a pistol, revolver. His brother was like sitting on the couch, like reading something. He sort of sneaks up behind him and he fires the fucking gun straight up and he scares the fuck out of his brother. His brother like falls out of the couch, stands up and screams, that is why mom doesn't fucking love you. And that was
I've seen that.
I love that one. Like, that one there was actually funny. Unfortunately, Then we've got the, weirdo with the faggy ass run, or the weirdo with the fucking, like watermelon fetish, or, just all these other losers who are not funny and never will be funny. So.
Yeah, basically, the best way to describe Vine is that there are a few diamonds in an ocean of shit.
Pretty much. Unfortunately, in order to get to those diamonds, you have to swim through an ocean of shit. It's not really worth it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we now have a question that is not about politics. Harambe, your thoughts on Harambe?
It's kind of an interesting
Can
game.
people just get over the fact of this stupid gorilla? Yes, it is terrible what happened to it. It should have been dealt an entirely different way, but for fuck's sake, this whole dicks out for Harambe thing. It's like, if you're that concerned over what happened to Harambe, then change how they dealt with it in their policies, or how they actually do things over there.
I think
But
the
for
meme,
fuck's sake, don't turn it into this whole fucking meme.
the meme kind of came about because, like, once they kind of like announced, because people actually started playing these racial politics about Harambe when it's just been announced, oh, this kid fell into like the gorilla pit at Cincinnati Zoo, and people were like, were like, yeah, I bet that's a white kid, and blah blah blah. No, the child was black. It's like, oh well, all this other stuff. Like, people were playing these racial politics, and the thing is that they weren't, white supremacists. They were people from like Black Lives Matter,
They were
and
just fucking like normal fucking people, just.
Yeah.
Or in the case of the Black Lives Matter folks, they were woefully ignorant, sad, pathetic bastards. But oh well, that's neither here nor there. Okay, now as for this. I personally think that the meme is fucking stupid. Harambe, to me, has never been funny. Mm-hmm. And going back to what happened, I'm going to tell you that we basically were never going... I mean, that this honestly was never going to end well for anybody. I mean, because I am just going to walk you through every single possibility with this. All right, so... Let's honestly say that they tranked him instead of shot him, and tranking him instead of just knocking him out, and then they can go in and they can get the kid. It pisses him off, and in a slightly sleepy fucking stupor, he basically just snaps. He goes and he snaps the fucking kid in half. Then the zoo's gonna take heat because they should have fucking shot him. If they tranked him and as he's and as the sedatives are doing their thing, he falls forward and he crushes the kid. All of a sudden, again, the zoo is going to take fucking heat. If they just sat back and did nothing and they tried to fucking talk him fucking down, and Harambe then decided to slam the kid into the wall like he was a motherfucking coconut, again, the zoo was going to take heat. So basically, no matter what happened, the zoo was going to get shit. That was kind of sort of the sad part. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that honestly is just how there's how I see it. Is for all these people who are like, oh my god, they should have fucking changed it. It's like, not really, because they would have gotten shit no matter which way they went. So
at the same time, I would, because these kind of incidents have happened throughout the world. But there are different things. Like, Harambe himself apparently wasn't even anywhere aggressive towards the child. And I know someone whose dad, when he was a kid, he actually fell into a gorilla enclosure in London. And the alpha male gorilla picked him up because he was unconscious and dragged him over to where the zookeepers normally came in to give them the food. But yes, you're right in saying that the gorillas can do these things, but unless they immediately show aggression, they don't tend to.
Now,
and they have humans all around them all the time. Unless you look them in the eye directly, I know it's going to sound weird, but
Oh,
actually
no,
looking a
no.
gorilla
I mean,
in the
I
eye actually is a
fucking
sign of
know that
dominance and
if
aggression
you
towards
stare
them.
an animal in the eyes, it is a sign of dominance. It's not, and it honestly is not just with apes. That also, there is with like dogs, cats, everything. If you stare them, if you stare them in the eye, you're
Obviously.
making a bid for dominance.
Yeah, but zoos in a lot of areas, particularly here in the UK, not sure how it is in the US, but a lot of the times they actually have fail-safes where if these incidents do happen, they kind of train the gorillas, like they will open up hatches for the gorillas to quickly go through so that they can get out of the enclosure quickly so they can just like empty it out. So even if there's an intruder in their enclosure, they can go, right, open this hatch. The gorillas will think, oh, that means it's food time or something in there.
Now,
So they should be easy to funnel through, and then you've only got a few gorillas left over, so you can trank them easier. And a lot of tranquilizers they have often give immediate effect.
I have to go, guys. Been good talking to you.
Sorry.
all right, dude,
Right.
take care, man.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Now here is my question, because I honestly haven't followed all this fucking nonsense with this stupid fucking ape as well as most others. But now you mentioned circumstance where somebody fell in and the alpha carried them over to where the zookeepers show up, basically just sort of delivering the person to safety. If I'm not mistaken, Harambe didn't do that. Harambe was trying to drag the kid deeper into the fucking enclosure, which even though he was not a real aggressive,
it can happen, but
it could have gotten real bad real fast. So they basically had to think.
It could have gone bad. I'm not denying that. At the same time, though, with gorillas, they could have looked at him and just gone like, "Oh, it's another human," and because it's the alpha, if they bring them into the middle or bring them in with the rest of the gorillas, that normally means like this is now one of us, because that's how they tend to adopt orphan gorillas sometimes in the wild.
All right, let me see what other questions we've got going on here. Man, I personally am still just riding fucking high on last night, man. That was so much fucking fun. So, let's see. All hail our new overlord Trump. Bow down to his hair of glory. Okay. Aside from his running mate formally fucking advocating for, he was fucking advocating for fucking conversion therapy, I keep hearing that Trump is anti-LGBT. Was there any point where Trump himself went fucking against them? I honestly do not remember Trump ever saying anything against LGBT outside of making a stand on the whole fucking bathroom thing, and frankly, the whole fucking bathroom bullshit was fucking stupid anyway. So, in fact, if I'm not mistaken,
you get people.
Oh, go ahead.
Go on.
Oh well, see,
now you go on.
No, what I was gonna say was I believe that his stance was you go into the bathroom based on your fucking genitals. End of fucking story. I believe. Well, I don't think he was that blunt about it, but I mean, you kind of know what I mean. Is he was like, if you have a fucking dick, you're going into the men's room. Shut up. So.
Or if you want, which would be a much more simpler method, in my opinion, though I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this, you just have bog standard unisex bathrooms. So that way you open it up, there's more stalls, and because it's unisex, you'll constantly have people going back and forth in and out. I mean, you have cubicles.
Well, you see,
now
that honestly sounds like an awesome thought, and that honestly would be the most logical step.
But I do know where the concerns come from.
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, well, we don't want these trannies coming into our bathroom and molesting our fucking kids. At what point was transsexuals molesting children in bathroom fucking stalls such a fucking like epidemic that we needed to talk about bathrooms? I'm really curious about that. It's because I honestly do not remember that being a huge problem.
From my own personal experience, because I have a few friends that are transgender, a lot of people just don't give a shit. The most of the time, you only go into the bathroom because you badly need to go.
Well, yeah.
The only thing that's going to suck is the fact there's now going to be longer queues.
See, I honestly don't freaking care if you are I honestly don't care if you're biologically a man or a woman when you go into the bathroom, because you're just going in there to do your fucking business and leave. So beyond that, I don't care. Yeah. So,
then also, again, there are cubicles. You just go in, shut the door. Nobody even knows what you have under there.
True. So, we do have another question, which is, Emer, have you ever seen Batman Brave and the Bold or fucking Beware the Batman? I have seen a little bit of both. I will say I really enjoyed Batman Brave and the Bold. I really kind of liked well, it actually was exactly like the old Brave and the Bold comics, where it's Batman, like essentially teaming up with another superhero every single show, which was awesome. As for Beware the Batman, I really kind of liked how they were trying to go for more like Batman's like C-list and D-list villains. So you never fucking got to see like Catwoman, but you totally got to see Magpie, who's like Catwoman, but with a kind of a bird theme. The problem is that when you focus entirely on Batman's like D-list, it just sort of shows that for every good villain, you've got garbage. Like for every fucking Riddler and Joker, you have Magpie and Anarchy. So, I wasn't a big fan of Beware the Batman, personally. Let's see here. Emer, have you seen Young Justice? It's just been renewed for season 3. I watched it. It was fine. I really didn't think too fucking much, about it. And season 3 is there, which is totally cool, but I'm probably not going to watch it because it's probably on Netflix or something, and I'm not wasting money on Netflix again. So. And, Kari, have you seen any of Young, Justice?
I watched all of season 1 and most of season 2. I haven't had time to get around to the rest of it yet.
Almost everything I saw was season 2, so. Oh, and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Hillary Clinton, I think is. Oh no, wait, correction. This here's footage from something else. Never mind. I currently have fucking MSNBC on. It kind of looked like Hillary fucking Clinton was coming out to give her fucking speech, but no, this is just older footage from some point. Not sure when. Anyway, moving on. How is Netflix a waste of money? Because I almost never use it. I am going to tell you guys right now, the big reason why I canceled Netflix is because I was looking at it on my fucking Blu-ray player, and I'm like, holy shit, I haven't touched Netflix in like 3 months. Because I've got fucking Blu-rays I have Blu-rays coming out of my fucking eyes, okay? If I really want to watch something, I've got this, okay? I don't need to watch whatever bullshit fucking exclusive series is on Netflix. Netflix has yet to have a decent fucking, Netflix has yet to have a series exclusive to them that to me is worth fucking watching. Because it's basically just a whole lot of Marvel fucking horse shit and crap like fucking House of Cards. I don't care. So, I mean, okay, yes, I got to watch Sherlock like the first season of Sherlock through Netflix. Got to watch the first season of Archer through Netflix. Do you want to know what I did after that? I bought the seasons on fucking Blu-ray because I also know that Netflix has a bad habit of dropping shows with almost no fucking warning, which honestly is why you constantly now see articles up of this, of, you know, the big list of movies and shows that are being dropped by Netflix this fucking month, and which ones are coming up this month. Which new ones are, I mean, like, which ones are coming back and all that. I was really pissed because that, honestly, is how I started watching Doctor Who, was on Netflix. I started really sitting down and watching the, you know, new shit, and I got through the first series. I got through the ninth fucking Doctor stuff, got through like 4 episodes of series 2, and then, boom, gone. Because apparently Netflix and the fucking BBC are not able to write a long-term fucking contract that anyone's worth even, that's worth even looking at. So the Marvel shows are fucking awesome, especially Luke Cage. No, after being bombarded with that shitty ad for Luke Cage on Netflix for months, no, that show is not worth, you know, watching, because I honestly think that when I get to the episode where, you know, whoever the fuck says, "You think you Harlem's Captain fucking America" hits, I'm just gonna shut it off, because that honestly is the line it gets to when the fucking skip button pops up. So I've heard that one so many goddamn times, it's not even funny. Emer, what are you thinking about Dragon Ball Super? I don't watch Dragon Ball Super because I'm not 10. So I'm sorry, guys.
I like Dragon Ball Super.
I'm sorry, but when I heard someone talk about how, like, we have, like, Super Saiyan Blue, which apparently is higher than the God Saiyan shit from those stupid movies, and we now have Black fucking Goku. No, shut up. No. Dragon Ball.
I'm not going to deny it's not stupid.
I mean, now, I should also mention, I'm not the biggest fan of the Dragon Ball franchises. Like, I have tried to sit down and watch Dragon Ball Z. Normally, I get through about 20 episodes, no matter what the arc. I will get through, like, 15 episodes, 20 episodes, and then I just give up. Like, I will sit there and I will try to watch, like, the Cell. I will try to watch the Cell saga, and it's just the same shit on a fucking loop. And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it for me. Have you heard of a Japanese horror called House? Yes, I have. I've actually thought about putting it on the Amazon wish list. I'm just not sure if I want to. So.
Isn't it a bit of one of those, like, weird shows?
One of those weird Japanese movies? Yes, it is, apparently. Are you currently subscribed to any of the DC Are you currently subscribed to any of the DC Rebirth books? Your thoughts on the ones you own? I don't own any of them. I'm not subscribed to any of them, because I'm gonna tell you guys, for about the last, like, 3 years, I've almost never bought just a single issue of a comic. I usually wait until the trade comes out, because it's got better fucking value. You spend like $15, $20, you get about 7 or 8 issues worth of shit, if not fucking more. And you have normally an entire story arc there. So let's see. What are your thoughts on BoJack Horseman? Isn't that stupid? Isn't that stupid looking show that was on fucking Netflix? Once more, I don't have Netflix, so I haven't seen it. Kari, have you seen any of BoJack Horseman?
Nope.
Okay, then. Your favorite song that's 10 minutes or longer? I'm trying to remember
all I can think of is with there's Weird Al's Drive-Thru song.
There is, yes, there is. You know that. There's also Meatloaf's got like 3 of them that are like over 10 minutes long. Um, I think if I had to pick a favorite song that's longer than 10 minutes, wait, is that song over 10 minutes? Shit, I have no idea anymore. Um, the one I'd almost have to go with because I know for a fact that it's over 10 minutes, and it is just an amazing song. Is Meatloaf's "I Would Do Anything for Love," just because, and that is specifically the album cut, which is like 13 minutes long. Was Kari featured on Smite Essays Arcade Pit on Twitch?
Uh, yeah, I was on there with Howard. That did not go well.
Oh, really? Story time? Let's hear this, please.
I was partnered with Howard.
Well, you know, that
That
honestly
should be
is
all
not
the
the
explanation
first
you
time,
need.
know. So no. So because I honestly know nothing about Arcade Pit or Smite Essay, so you're gonna need to like elaborate.
Okay. Essentially, you go on there and you have a series of challenges. They could be you have like a wheel thing. You go around this board to get extra points or lose points, and you have challenges normally relating to playing NES, SNES, Mega Drive games, like all the really old retro ones on emulators on the PC. And you have to complete these certain save states and challenges for them. So me, who grew up in the N64 era, I was a bit late to this, so I didn't have much experience with those games, so I was goddamn awful. What surprised me is that Howard was even worse. And we lost quite frequently to the other team.
Okay, then. Let's see. What kind of video editing program do you use, and do you use Photoshop? Okay, I'm going to take the first part there. What video editing program do I use? I'm going to tell you right now, and I've said this quite often. I am one of the most ghetto creators on YouTube. I still use fucking Movie Maker. A lot of people apparently are shocked at that because of just some of the shit I do with things like fucking like title fucking sequences and shit that I can make it look like that. Do I use Photoshop? No. I use a combination of Paint and a program called Paint.net, which basically is like a free version of Photoshop but isn't quite as detailed. So it's normally kind of difficult to get things like
even then,
like transparency.
Photoshop isn't that great.
I know. Photoshop kind of sucks, and
yeah,
Paint fucking .net at least is free. So
you're not having to currently use it. So
what do you think about Battlefield 1? I haven't played it yet.
My dad's obsessed with that shit at the moment. I don't give a crap.
Oh boy. And I'm going to assume that he plays it on PC, of course, because he's part of the glorious master race.
How did you know?
Because you and I have talked
It's
about
like you know my father better than I do.
Well, it's fucking you who keeps telling me about how he's part of the glorious master race. So
he's a fucking asshole sometimes. Like I had some issues with downloading a few games because I told him, right, Dad, my latency on my Xbox is really bad. I can't download any of these games I want to. I have to wait a whole fucking day before I play them if I buy them online, or if I get any of the free games on Gold. To which he then turns round to me going like, well, there's nothing I can do that your Xbox has a shitty wireless connection that I can't fix. And as soon as I bring up the fact that he bitches as soon as there's any kind of latency on his computer, and he physically has to call the people demanding that they fix it, he just turns around to me and goes, not my problem.
All right.
Fucking
and
dick.
Our next question is a two-part question, and it is, who the heck is Kari? Does she have a YouTube channel?
Oh.
So, Kari, who
I'm
are
a
you?
long-term friend of Emer. I tortured him. My first initiation with him was literally sending him a game called Pokeboys.
Which she has then sent to every other person that the, two of us know. Which
I
sometimes winds up
send it
insanely
to
funny.
everyone I meet. I sent it to everyone I meet. I actually sent it to a few new people that I'm friends with.
Oh my
And
god.
they actually... Well, I've actually gotten into Twitch recently and watching people actually do Pokemon shiny hunting. I don't know why. It's just relaxing.
It's relaxing to watch people go shiny hunting?
It's more the case of disappointment. Don't I can't explain it. Don't ask me to explain it. I can't.
Because I happen to
I
remember
really
watching a
can't.
video, and this was like quite a while ago, this fucking video, but it was somebody who was playing like on like 4 different like GBAs, and they're like just like bouncing around from GBA to GBA, and they're just hoping to get a fucking shiny, and all of a sudden a shiny fucking Ponyta shows up, and they just absolutely like lose their shit, and instead of trying to catch it, they grab their fucking calculator and they're trying to figure out exactly what the odds were of finding a shiny fucking like Ponyta. They're just doing all these like, and they're like doing all these equations, and I'm sitting there going, I happen to remember when Pokemon was just about catching Pokemon and having fun. Fucking losers.
Yeah. I know. I actually called him that, but I subscribed to some guy. I joined his Discord server, and the first thing I did was send him Pokeboys. The most amusing fact, though, is that there was some regular guy who was on the Discord group whose actual username was Pokeboy Fan 24/7. He changed it pretty soon after that.
Obviously.
I'm such a dick.
I think that the funniest story involving you sending fucking Pokeboy to people has to be with Howard. Because almost everybody else will play because almost everyone else plays it. Because almost everyone else plays it for about like 2 minutes and they're like, oh god, this is awful, and then they shut it off. Howard continued to play. And when he ran into a Bulbasaur, his big complaint was, hey, Bulbasaur can't learn fucking Helping Hand.
Ivysaur.
Whatever the fuck. Same damn thing.
Yeah.
Still, his big complaint was that this Pokemon porno game gave a move to a Pokemon that can't learn that move. He mentioned this in a fucking chat with all of us. I'm like, Howard, you are playing a yaoi Pokemon game, and your one complaint is one of the moves is inaccurate. He apparently didn't quite grasp, the hint. He's like, but he can't learn Helping Hand. It's physically impossible. I'm like, Howard, just think about that for a minute. Just,
Howard, if you're watching this, I am not apologizing.
Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Alright. Emer, are you going to review Sausage Party? Probably not.
I saw that movie. It was... okay.
Do you have a favorite board game? Kari, do you have a favorite board... do you have a favorite board game? Like,
I have a few, not really.
A lot of people have got a few.
Amazing though. I would say Resistance then.
Resistance? Are you talking about?
Resistance is fun.
Are you talking about Coup the Resistance, or a different game?
Yeah, it's the one where you're a Resistance, then 2 people are spies, and you have to not let the spies go on the missions.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm thinking of a totally different game. I'm thinking of fucking Coup, which I played on tabletop a few times. It's pretty fun. Um,
Yeah.
a couple of my favorite games are well. First of all, if we are counting like card games, I'm not talking like trading card games, just like straight like card games. Uh, I think everybody loves, well, everyone who's not a whinging pussy loves Cards Against Humanity. That
Oh
fucking
yeah.
game's always fun. Exploding Kittens is a lot of fun. Um, Let me think. Clue. Clue is always a fun. Well, I guess for you guys it's called like Cluedo, for reasons I've never fully under fucking stood. Uh, so that one there's usually fun.
What's it called in the States?
Clue. In the
I
U.S.,
think
it's
the reason
simply
it's
called
called that is
Clue.
due to some copyright. I think it's due to a copyright thing.
Oh boy.
I think that's why.
One of my favorite games, and it's because I'm a massive fucking nerd like this. I love playing Trivial Pursuit. I do. Just I'm a huge trivia
You
trivia
sad
geek.
motherfucker.
What? I like fucking trivia. Shut up. Speaking of that, I got to play I got to play Seen It once because a friend bought it. And after that one game, he vowed that us as a group, because it was like me and like five other friends, uh, we were never going to play Seen It ever the fuck again. Because I went first, and the way that Seen It works, because Seen It is a movie trivia game. You basically have to like roll the dice. You then have to move along the board, and then you have to answer a question. Yeah, you have to answer a movie trivia question, and if you get it right, you then get to roll. You then get to roll again. The object is to get to the finish line. I got 3/4 of the way across the board before I finally missed one, and nobody was able to catch up. So yeah, I got to play Seen It once. Which was still fun. Monopoly is usually fun if you've got a decent fucking group playing. Um,
Monopoly is not fun. It is not fun.
Risk is
It's
usually pretty
terrible.
fun. Again, as long as you got a group that knows what the fuck they're doing, Risk can be a lot of fun. Um,
Boss Monsters is fun.
which one?
Boss Monsters.
Oh yeah, I actually have that around here somewhere. I still haven't played it yet. So,
Yeah.
um, like board games in
Oh,
general, I've
a
always loved.
classic one from.
Oh, go ahead.
hmm, There's a classic one that I used to play a lot with my grandparents called. Well, just so you know, this isn't the one that you get on the shitty desktop. Mahjong, which
Mahjong is
is the
fun.
version
Yeah.
where you have to build the 4 walls, and you start off with 13 tiles, and you have to get rid as many as you can in either a pair, a three of a kind, or a run, depending on the suit. And you have to get all of your tiles face down,
Very
have a
nice.
clean hand. That got very competitive in my family.
Oh, see, and with my family, Uno is usually the one that gets competitive. Then again, that also is because I have fucking aunts. Because I have aunts and uncles who are known for fucking trying to cheat at fucking Uno, which just sounds so weird to me, but that's exactly what fucking happens. There actually was one game. I absolutely loved this fucking game. I really wish I could find it again because I don't have it anymore. And it was a dice based Monopoly game, and the game was called Don't Go to Jail. Where you basically have like a bunch of fucking dice. Most of them have just a single fucking color on any given side. And then there's 3 dice where on 2 sides they have a word, and the word is either go, to, or jail. You have to roll everything. You can bank any fucking colors you want in order to form fucking like monopolies and score points. You can stop at any time and just take however many points you've scored. However, though, you have to bank go to or jail when they come up, and if all three of them come up, that means then your turn ends and you score 0, and you play to a set score, and that is it could be like 10,000 points, 5,000 points, whatever the hell your group wants to do. I had one uncle. He loved fucking playing it, but he also hated it because the dice hated him. Because he would be sitting there and he would be like gambling it, risking it, and within like 2 fucking rolls he would get all 3 dice. He would get fucking go to jail. He would score 0 and would move on. He was getting more and more pissed off until one turn he rolled, and on the first roll he got fucking go to jail, and he hucked the dice cup across the fucking room and swore he was never going to play it again. Then he was playing it again like 20 minutes later. So it was just cool. Are you still there, Kari?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you were just...
Seems like your family has a lot of fun. Yeah, sorry, I'm very quiet at the moment because I'm trying to do my university work at the same time.
Gotcha. Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm just going through some of the other questions here, seeing if there's anything else in here that... okay, well, someone here is mentioning amongst board games is Axis and Allies. I've never had the opportunity to play that one. I do happen to know that the board game is insanely expensive. But, or correction, at least like the last time I checked, it's one of those ones that's a little bit pricey. But still, it looks like it might be a lot of fun. Another one that's usually kind of fun to play as long as you got people who, know how to have some fun with it. Battleship. Battleship's usually a lot of fun. So, let's see.
Yeah, as long as you don't get people that are cheating. That's the main thing with that game.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who fucking cheat, so...
Yeah, me being one of them.
Let's see here. What do you look for in a horror movie? I usually fucking look for a decent fucking story because a horror movie cannot be frightening if the story is shit, which I think is sort of why I didn't care for The Conjuring, is because the story just wasn't fucking there. And everything else, like gore and all that, is all kind of sort of secondary. You have to have a solid story in order for a horror movie to work. Either that, or you are making a slasher film, and then you have to have interesting kills, interesting gore. Otherwise, you wind up with stuff like the Texas fucking Chainsaw Massacre, where nothing happens. So, let's see. Swiss Army Man. It looks like it might be an okay movie. I'm not sure if I'm going to review it or not. At least I know that the movie is a thing. Do you guys have do you guys have any other questions? By all means, post them, because kind of need stuff to talk about. Pokemon Sun and Moon footage got fucking leaked. Well, I don't care. Because if I play it, I'm not going to give a shit about leaked footage. Story, it's all about
I'm
the
getting
atmosphere.
a copy.
Alright, so someone here just questioned my thoughts on horror movies, and I said that you have to have a story, and they're saying that it is all about it's all about the atmosphere. And I say...
Depends on the person, really.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, you can totally look at movies like, say, fucking, like, Martyrs, which... Martyrs was nothing but fucking atmosphere, but it didn't have any story, thus I didn't feel compelled to care about anything that was going on. Hostel was able to do both story and atmosphere incredibly well. Hostel 2 and 3 weren't able to lock in the story, and the movies kind of suffered, for it. I mean, again, there's why I focus on story more than anything else. you know. Let's see here. There's someone asking about opinions on more states legalizing medical and recreational marijuana. Well, that's totally fine. I mean, I personally don't fucking smoke, but but shit, man. I mean, if people honestly are into that, hey, fuck, rock on. At least now, actually, you have a couple more states where where you honestly can fucking blaze up, and nobody's going to bitch at you for it. So.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that kind of like smokers like have designated areas for people, so that way, people that don't want to get high can literally be safe from that in a way.
Isn't that actually how it's done over in fucking what the hell is that? Amsterdam? Don't they have like designated smoking spots there?
I think they do, yeah. I mean, a popular thing that's over in the UK at the moment is vaping, and oh my god, it's so annoying.
Wait, vaping? Well, I guess, because, so many people puffing on fucking fat fucking clouds. Of course, you're going to have just tons of, like, water vapor clouds in the air and shit.
Mm-hmm. I have a friend who used to use it, and him swapping over to vaping, it was more like a case of habit, like, actually doing it relaxed him, which is fine. But it is so frustrating when you get people literally taking in these vapes and then spitting them back out as if they were smoking because they're trying to look cool, and then they're getting it all up in everyone's face, particularly in bus stops. Now, it's illegal to smoke at bus stops, and now it's illegal to vape. And so many people, when I'm getting the bus home from university late at night, are just sitting there at the bus stops vaping, even though there's a sign above their heads saying no vaping or smoking here.
See,
it's so annoying. And I get accused of being an asshole when I yell at these people.
See, now, I actually have kind of a funny story when it comes to, vaping, because this actually was kind of sort of a funny thing, at least to me. About 3.5 years ago or 4 years ago, when I was still working as a slot attendant at one of my tribe's fucking casinos, I was curious one day because I had seen the rise in vaping and e-cigs even way back then. And I was curious, and I went to my supervisor and I asked, so I totally understand that we have a section for non-fucking smokers, but would somebody who has a fucking like vape kit or e-cigs, now would they be allowed to smoke in there? Would they be allowed to use their e-cig or their vape kit inside of the non-smoking area? And they looked at me for a minute and went, I have no fucking clue. You're probably gonna have to ask somebody else. So I then asked one of our fucking security officers, because they honestly would know, because they're the ones who have to fucking enforce this shit. And I asked him. The guy's like, I really don't think anybody's asked. I'm gonna have to go check with my fucking sergeant. Apparently, that one simple question I made to my supervisor, it got all the way up to property shift. Now you're not allowed to vape in the non-smoking area. Okay, our next question is: Do you remember Freakazoid? Did he deserve a comic book in your opinion, Emer? I do happen to remember Freakazoid. And Freakazoid, as much fun as the show was, we do have to face facts. Freakazoid was a shallow knockoff of a comic book character called Madman. So if you want a Freakazoid comic, go out and look for Mike Allred's Madman comics, and you basically have what Freakazoid was cribbing fucking notes off of. So... What movies do you have on your ban list? Oh boy.
Way too much.
How fucking long do you want to be here? I am just going to give you a small sampling. I know I've banned Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool, Batman v Superman. Thanks to one person getting kind of pushy, I had to ban the recent fucking animated Batman movie, the one that came out like 2 weeks ago. Boy, let me think. Okay, I've banned Shark fucking NATO. I've banned the Human Centipede 3. I've banned all films from Unearthed Films. Asylum's pretty much banned also. That's just, me just being fucking honest there. Jesus Christ. Documentaries, because I've done one over the course of the series, and that episode was kind of shit because you can't really react to documentaries, so I've essentially put like a soft ban on all fucking documentaries. Anything involving my fucking little, pony, because I've already suffered through that 3 fucking times. I don't need to go any further on that one. Jesus Christ. Guys, why did I ban Shark fucking NATO? Because it's another retarded, shitty shark film. That is strike 1. Strike 2, it's from the motherfucking Asylum. And strike 3, just look at it. It looks fucking stupid. And the fact that they're up to 4 movies in that fucking franchise is nothing short of shameful. So, there we go. Good lord. I basically have banned anything directed by Tyler fucking Perry, just because Tyler Perry's a piece of shit. Good lord. There's probably more, but I just can't think of them. So, what is your favorite movie or TV show that has a mostly black cast? The Boondocks. There we go. Kari? Do you happen to have a favorite movie or TV show which has a mostly black cast?
I have to actually think what shows I've watched recently. I tend to watch cartoons. I don't tend to watch live action.
You can still find, cartoons that have a mostly black cast.
I know, but
The Boondocks was my answer, for fuck's sake. I mean,
to be honest, it's a case of I don't tend to watch TV or movies. I don't think I can really give a proper answer for that. Because the only things that are coming straight to my mind is Leverage. Because Hardison, who's the black guy in that, is my favorite character and is absolutely fucking hilarious.
See, now, right here is, like, my issue when it comes to questions like this, is that I don't really look at what the racial makeup is of a fucking cast. The Boondocks was, like, the first thing that came, to mind. Because I think that you could probably count the number of fucking white actors in that show on one hand. For fuck's sake, they got fucking two of their most prominent white characters are voiced by Samuel L. Jackson and Charlie fucking Murphy. That should tell you something. that even honestly a whole lot of their white characters are played by black actors. So. But see, I have never cared about the racial makeup of a fucking show. If somebody honestly looks at me and goes, "Oh, well, this show here is mostly fucking white," I'm probably not going to have noticed because I'm not someone who focuses on race. I'm not that shallow and I'm not that fucking petty. So, I guess that's just me, though.
Then you just get people like me that just go, "I don't care."
Pretty much, yeah. See here. They're making a 5th Sharknado. Why?
Who cares?
Why the fuck?
Who cares? Seriously.
I know
cares?
because I don't. I know because I don't. I don't fucking watch them because I have taste. But still, god damn it! And I know why they make them. It's because retards will tune into them whenever they show up on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel. So the Sci-Fi Channel knows that it's good for fucking ratings. So then they will pay the Amazon, or they will pay the fucking Asylum to shit out another one. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the last one was called Sharknado, the fourth Awakens. Wow, I just cringed saying that, and now my neck kind of hurts. Anyway. Oh, man. Let's see. Have I seen Ash versus the Evil Dead? No, I haven't. So. And that's partially because I haven't really cared about the Evil Dead since fucking Army of Darkness. So. Sci-fi has gone downhill. The only thing I really watch is Face Off. That's it. Well, that's certainly more than, I fucking watch on Sci-Fi. Of course, the last time I regularly watched Sci-Fi is when they had fucking wrestling on there, which was kind of a sign that Sci-Fi had kind of sort of lost the fucking plot a bit, so. I will say, though, that it was sort of funny how, it was really funny how WWE was able to sort of mock the fact that they're able to mock the fact that ECW was on fucking Sci-Fi. Because a lot of people were joking because it's fucking wrestling and it was on the fucking Sci-Fi, channel. So were they going to have like aliens and zombies and shit on their show? So the first match was the Sandman versus the fucking zombie. They actually decked out a wrestler in zombie gear. The Sandman came out and whooped up on him for like 30 seconds and then pinned him. It was fun. The zombie also probably also cut some of the best promos in WWE in the past like 15 fucking years because he just growled into the fucking microphone. So fun times. All right, I think I'm gonna take one more question, and then I'm probably going to take off because I got shit to still do around here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not really talking that much.
Oh yeah, I know, because you're doing your university work. What kind of courses are you taking over there?
To board games.
Okay.
Courses.
Yeah.
What
You
guys have majors.
Was that?
Yeah. You guys have majors. It's really odd. No, I'm doing a course dedicated to video game art and design.
Oh, okay, good. At least, honestly, you're not wasting it on stupid shit like gender fucking studies.
No, we don't have that kind of bullshit over here.
Give it time. I mean, come on. You guys...
Hang on, let me think. I think the closest we ever have is when we, there are certain, like, societies where people go and to talk about this stuff in, like, debates. And I think you get it in political science, and I can't remember what the other one is, but essentially my university doesn't have that because we're an arts university. You'll probably find that in more of intellectual universities that specialize in like politics.
An intellectual university, yeah, a school, yes, a school honestly for all.
Whereas like science and politics.
Yeah, I know. I was just sort of fucking like giving you shit.
Yeah. I know.
Intellectual schools will have that. Anyway. Oh boy. Alright, so anyway, you were saying going back to board games.
Yeah, going back to board games, my current final project, I'm actually designing a card game.
Nice.
A natural functional one. And some of the artwork that the artists that I've got doing it for me, basically the third year's slaves, the little ones that don't understand what's going to happen to them in the next coming years. I've currently got them doing a lot of artwork for me for the card game, and some of them are really amazing. At the same time, I'm looking at their artwork going, this is bad. Their artwork is 10 times better than mine. But,
Okay, so our final question, and this one here I think is going to be more in Kari's court because I don't follow a lot of British politics, unfortunately.
Oh God.
What are your thoughts on UKIP?
Same as every other fucker. That they're stupid and idiotic and moronic. Oh wait, sorry. Stu doesn't think that. I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Stu isn't here, so go nuts.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. The UKIP party to me is basically going down a very racist line, and they kind of mask it in the whole thing of like, yes, we're putting the English first before everyone else,
Now,
and trying to prioritize the actual English citizens. But at the same time, it is kind of a it came out of racism. It spawned racism, and a lot of the politicians in the UKIP party are essentially the Tories, which were deemed too Tory for the actual party, and a bunch of corrupt sons of bitches that they swapped over to UKIP because they did so badly in their former party that they moved on to UKIP, so they're more likely to get elected so they can put their bullshit policies in place.
Now, correct me if I am wrong, and I have a feeling I'm going to be wrong on this. UKIP is Farage's party, right?
No, Farage quit.
But he was with UKIP.
He was with UKIP.
Okay, good. Okay, so at least I know that much. At least know that, cunt face fucking Farage was with UKIP. At least I'm kind of with it. So, and that honestly I think is how I can sum up. There's how I would sum up like UKIP from what I've seen is just what a bunch of fucking cunts. I swear to God. Okay, I would just like to say this right now, and I am not saying this in a negative light. I just want to make this clear. For like the past 3 days, I have done nothing but listen to videos from. I've been doing nothing but listening to videos from fucking Bering. And Bering's favorite word apparently is cunt. I have found myself using it more and more because that bears a bad fucking influence on me. Ooh. Anyway, actually, there is one final, question. How much do I need to pay you for a reaction review of Leprechauns 5 and 6? $300 each. If you're serious about it, message me. Anyway, that, I believe, is going to do it for this rather short, early... Or, well, not even early. It's almost fucking 10 a.m. now. But just a nice little post fucking election stream, and kind of hoping that
having to deal with me being down about the whole thing.
I certainly kind of hope that the next four years are going to be interesting, and considering the fact that considering the fact that our president is a fucking circus fucking clown with horrible hair, I have a feeling it's going to be a funny 4 fucking years. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this stream, and I will see you guys later. Peace.